A very good morning to you. It's wet and rainy outside, it's quite grey, but it's actually a beautiful morning because it allows me to be indoors. I'm listening to Mozart, which I'm going to turn down a little bit now because I don't want YouTube making me put advertisements on here because there's music playing in the background. You know what they're like. Anyway, let's talk positive. You can see my little window display now in the morning light, and I have the little lamp lit, and I've fallen in love with it because it's just so natural and so green, and I fixed his little neck so his head's a bit more upright, and yeah, I love it. Now I've also put the pot into a basket, the pot of the bamboo and birch Christmas tree. So I've just popped that into a basket because that gives it, it sort of balances the height of it out a bit better because it looked a little bit sort of top heavy. Now I've also covered the mantelpiece in moss and ivy, and just very simple. I'm going to put some little witch balls on here, so I'm going to do that later on today. I've got to go out to the shed and get all the Christmas decks out because I've got Christmas decks there going back years. Now I'm also, look at the little one down here. Look, he's just sat on his rug. He has an Irish woolen rug, and there's his food and his water beside him. It's a wee bit dark in here, but that's because it's not a very bright day outside. But I want to show you the wreath. Hasn't that turned out beautiful? So this is just a little set of lights, quite cheap, and they're battery operated. So the little battery part of it's just up here. And I can also switch them off because obviously if I'm not going to be here for a few hours, or if I'm working in the garden, I'll just switch them off to save the batteries. But hasn't that turned out well? Cost zero. And what I did, as you know, I showed you a week or so ago, I had a little willow wreath that I had for years and years, and it was hanging up in the barn. So I took that out and I put all the, I used that as the base to twist all the birch around, and then finally a few strings of ivy. So there we go. And of course that's 100% compostable or biodegradable, as they say. But what I love about it most is that it's bringing in the real materials that Mother Earth gives freely, and it hasn't taken anything from the earth, and there's nothing going back to pollute the earth, because the little lights will be unwound from it and packed away then for next year. Jack's barking because he can hear another dog barking. You can just see outside here absolutely masses of bird song. Now those of you who were interested, those of you who were interested yesterday in the videoing that I did, I mean, I so enjoyed that because it was something a wee bit different, and it's allowed me to think about my photography and my albeit very amateurish filmmaking, but you know, just from a different angle. So it's kind of widened it, it's opened it up, and I love it when that happens because it kind of gives you other dimensions to work in and to work through. Massive amount of bird song out here, obviously because of the food that I've scattered. Now what I did, I went to the farm stores and I bought a big sack of rolled oats, which is very cheap to buy. I think it was about, I think it was only €8 or €9 for a huge sack of it. And So I've put down here, I've put down rolled oats, and I've also put down the sunflower seed, the hulled sunflower seeds. And I've discovered through watching that the blackbirds love the oats. Of course, the oats are grown here either in Ireland or in Scotland, so they're fairly localised. The birds are getting through a massive amount of food, which I'm very happy to give them, and the ability to be able to go out and buy the bird food, of course, is made even better by your donations, and I thank you so much for your generosity in that. Oh, I see, there's a little red van leaving from next door. That's why Jack is barking. Now, I've got to crack on here because there's a few things I want to show you, and I don't want this video to be too long, though no doubt it's going to go right up to the 29.5-minute mark before it cuts off. I'm just going to leave Jack out here for a wee while. I can always open the back door to let him in. Now, of course, he's got another bed out here as well. Oh, and there's his little pink donut. So, I got a parcel delivered this morning, and I want to share that with you. I also got a couple of beautiful cards with the donation in, which I want to share with you as well. Look, he's come around the back. I've also got this beautiful painting here, which I want to share with you because I got this a few weeks back, and I've had it in my bedroom, and I've just been looking at it and reading the little note that came with it, and anyway, I thought today I'll share this with you. So I'll start off with the parcel. Here we go. I'll just sit down here in this little chair. So I got this beautiful parcel, and it's from Ireland. This is to both of you, and I'm going to read out a little bit of it. Now, this looks like Jana Holland. Correct me. If you're watching this video, please correct me. I think it looks like Jana or Yara Holland. Anyway, to Colette and Jack, wishing you both a very happy Christmas. I just wanted to get you a little gift to say thank you for all your videos and social media posts about the Bealtaine Cottage project. You are an inspiration and a breath of fresh air. My deepest sympathies to you on the loss of Mr. Sammy Bear. Thank you so much, Jana. I really miss seeing him following you around in the garden or going wild in the fairywood. I'm sure his little spirit's still there. Nothing ends. I hope the essential oils and the diffuser will lift your spirits. Looking forward to your YouTube videos over the madness of the Christmas period. They are very calming in the evenings after a hectic and stressful day. Well, thank you so much. I am just so delighted, and I've really opened the package. Came in a little box, and so I'll just show you. Okay, so first of all, I've got this beautiful it's doTERRA lemongrass essential oil. Isn't that beautiful? I love essential oils, absolutely love them. And this beautiful wee bag, look that it's come in. Not lovely. So I'll pop that up there behind me. And this is, let me just show you the rest first. So, Jackie boy has got some treats. Look at this. And he's also, I thought this was lovely. He's got a full box of crackers. And this lovely doTERRA introductory kit. It's lavender, lemon and peppermint essential oils. Now, I'm just delighted with those. And I've got this oil burner here. I'm going to put the camera down for a tick and just open up this box. So I've got my little knife here to open the box. I'll show you this. Oh, this is very special. I've seen a photograph of this somewhere. Oh, oh I see. I'll show you in a moment. Just put up with my... Okay. Oh, I see. It's a little electric plug-in thingamajig. Look at this. This is going to be interesting to use. Mist light. This is it here. You see? doTERRA. And this is the little plug it comes with. So this is interesting. I look forward to using this. Thank you so much. Something a little bit different. Thank you very much. Now, what inspired me as well to make this video this morning was the fact I was making some tea. And I just wanted to say a few things about making a pot of tea. We, us humans, have become very lax over recent years. Over the past 20 or 30 years, we have lost, we have given up, we have forsaken the art of ritual. And ritual is very important in our lives because it's part of what allows us to be still and to be calm and to be mindful and to be in the moment. And also to treat ourselves as we are. We are sacred beings. All life on earth is sacred. So I was making this pot of tea and I just thought to myself, you know, I think we need to just encourage each other to take the time out to make a pot of tea, to put it on a tray, to put our milk into a little jug, and, this is very important for me anyway, to have a very special cup and saucer. Now this is a China one, and it's I bought it specially because it's a nice big sort of China cup and saucer. And my grandmother always said that the only way to drink tea was to make it in a pot and drink it from a China cup, because the China has the right energy in it. It actually holds the heat at the right level for the tea, because tea should be drunk hot. I know we have iced tea now, but that's a different matter altogether. So, that's gorgeous. Now I've put two teaspoons of China tea into the pot, and I've put in a cardamom and a cardamom and tea bag, so it's given it a lovely cardamom flavour. Because this is what I do, I mix and make my own teas, and just according to the time of day or the mood I'm in, or the energy I want to sort of evoke and bring into my life. For instance, at night time I'm inclined to put quite a lot of chamomile into my tea, but I still have the China tea or the Indian tea, you know, the real tea leaves, and then the chamomile in with it, and so on. So I'm going to leave my little goddess painting until the last. So there we go. Now that's my thoughts to you on the importance of ritual and taking time out. Because you know all this throwing a tea bag into a mug and chucking some boiled water on it and chucking in some milk. And sometimes you actually leave the tea bag in the mug because it's all very laissez-faire. It doesn't do us any good. When you make a cup of tea, you should take the time to have the cup of tea. And, sit down. Don't be on the run. Be still. Now, I've also redressed the sofas. Seeing as Yule is coming up, I've put this woolen cover, it's a woolen blanket, on here, on this one. And this is a lovely woven woolen blanket on this one. Now, they're both made in Ireland. I think one comes from Wicklow and one comes from Donegal. So for the warmth and the comfort, but also just to kind of simple things down a little bit, to simplify things. Because when, with the colour of the tree and all the decorations around, I don't want everything to look overloaded. So this is a way just of making it all look a wee bit more simple. Now, I got these lovely cards this morning. I've got 2 of them, and see the lovely red cardinal on the front. And I got these from, I think it's Steve. Steve, you've just signed your name and it looks like Steve to me. I'm not going to read them out because they're quite, I don't know if I should. No, I won't read them out. You wrote them on St. Nicholas Day on December the 6th. They've got here quite quickly anyway. I think they've come from America. So you sent a donation as well, which I want to thank you for. Kentucky. Is it Kentucky? Anyway, thank you very much, Steve. Right. So, my beautiful painting of the goddess. Okay, can you see it? Now, this was painted for me by Moira, M-O-I-R-A. And it's filled with meaning. Now, Maura has written out for me the meanings. Let me just have another wee drink of my tea. That's delicious. The central figure is your symbol or logo for Bealtaine Cottage. In her heart area, there are purple dots to indicate the high energy of her love. Over the purple dots, I've placed tiny silver dots. Silver, the colour of the feminine. The different shades of green represent or symbolise the fact that Bealtaine is now a woodland. Around the figure, there is a sort of diamond shape, inside of which there are 4 dots. These diamonds represent the solstice and equinoxes. The gold dot above her head represents the longest day, therefore golden sunlight. The dot at her feet symbolises the longest night, and so more moonlight. The 2 white dots to the left and right symbolise the spring and autumn equinoxes, when day and night are equal. The white represents starlight. Finally, the outer square, surrounded by silver dots, symbolises the 4 great Celtic festivals of the year. The tiny dots in different colours symbolise the colours we see at each time. Bottom right, Imbolc or Imok. Top right, Bealtaine. Top left, Lunasa. Bottom left, Samhain. Hope all that makes sense. I forgot to mention the black background symbolises the ancientness of this land. Moira. So, thank you so much, Moira. I'm going to take a photograph or two of that and put it up on my website. Now finally, a few words to say about Facebook. I have reopened, or not reopened, but reposted onto the Facebook page, Bealtaine Cottage Woodland Sanctuary. I am not engaging with my timeline or my wall, whatever it's called these days, I don't know, simply because I don't have the time. I just haven't got the time. But there were so many people emailed me about the Facebook page to say that they really missed it, that it was something good in their lives, that it was something that they look forward to. That the fact that it was just, you know, photographs of Bealtaine and just little everyday things written there. It was like a safe place to go on Facebook. You weren't going to be surprised with the picture of a tortured animal, or you weren't going to be engaged in politics, or hopefully you weren't going to be preached at either. So it was just a place where people like to check in and get a sense of everyday life here at Bealtaine Cottage. So I'm not posting every day, but I'm posting whenever I can, but I cannot engage with any of the comments. I just haven't actually got the time to do that. So I'm basically taking, 10 or 15 minutes every now and then, hopefully once a day, but if not, once every couple of days, and posting some pictures and some story with it up on that page. The page has got 24,500 followers, and those numbers never fell off when I brought it to a halt. So that's what I'm doing there, but it's sort of on Facebook, but not really on Facebook, because for me, it's kind of not a matter of whether I like Facebook or not. It's a matter of just not having the time, because I get drawn into things. We all do. We all get drawn into things. And so I've really got to utilise my time to the best of my ability now. You can see I've actually got my wellies on at the moment, look, because I've been outside this morning and I've been doing a bit of work outside. I'm still not kind of caught up with all the work I have to do. But as I always say, that's a good complaint. That's a good complaint. Because I was talking with Pascal over in the post office the other day, and he was saying, "Colette, do you never stop?" And I said, "Well, no, I don't. I like to keep on the go." He said, "What are you going to do when you get really old and you won't be able to keep up this level of whatever?" And I said, "Well, if I ever get to the point where I can't physically move around, I hope to engage mentally as much as possible. But, cross that bridge when I come to it." But I was saying, I just love to be busy, and I love to have work to do, because life is so precious. You've just got to engage with it. And so Pascal then said, "Well, what do you think about these people who are, feeling down in the dumps and they're bored or they're lonely?" And I think my reaction was was maybe a wee bit too sharp. I didn't mean it to be sharp, but I said, well, you know, perhaps when you're in that frame of mind, which, I mean, I've been there. I have been there at those points. And it's to do with all kinds of other mental anguish coming into your life, actually. So, well, the best thing to do, and what I've done in the past when I've hit a point like that, I mean, I remember at one point I got very down about things. The relationship ended and it was just quite devastating for me, you know. In fact, it's kind of put me off having relationships ever since. I like to feel that I've kind of steeled myself against them. But I had a very dark, desolate time in my life. I went along to a charity shop quite near where I lived in London, and I volunteered for Saturday work. And of course I had to get up really early then on the Saturday and hie myself out of bed and get off to the charity shop. And I loved it. I loved it. There were so many people come in and out and in and out during the day, you know, and I was serving people and hanging up clothes and steaming the clothes and, you know, doing all the kind of various work. And there was a guy come in there one day and asked me out on a date, which was I didn't actually go because there was no way that I just wanted to kind of, you know, go there again, really. But it was lovely. It was just so engaging and it lifted my spirits, you see. So I'm a great believer in, you know, hawing your backside out of bed and getting on with the day. And if you're feeling down in your own life, go and do something for someone else. You know, there's so many places where you can volunteer these days. Or call on an old neighbour who has a dog that needs to be walked or something, you know. There's just so many things. But this is why I think, coming back to the ritual of tea making, why this is so important. You know, we need to keep our little rituals up and give sacredness and importance to ourselves and to the life that we're living. My daughter got me that beautiful little mirror down in Sligo. Now, it's not new and it's not antique, but it is old, and it's ceramic. So isn't that just beautiful? So blessings to you all and have a lovely day, and I've got to go and let Jack in now. Blessings to you all.